I have a special introduction today. Somebody that nobody has really known about. Half of the shit from our merchandise line and all of the work on the phones, behind the scenes, on the software, everything that goes into all that shit. We have Jessica Martin today. Jessica Mini Martin. And you'll see why it's mini when you see her picture.
Oh, yeah. 5 foot.
Proud introduction. I appreciate all the work that you've done. And I'm sorry for being a pain in the ass, but I thank you.
Hey, that's what I'm here for. Make your dreams come true and to get this thing going.
Yeah, it's a big part of a brand and not just a podcast, which is super. It's a super new idea, but it's really been supportive,
Absolutely.
So, real quick before we get into other stuff, I have to give one more shout out to a friend of mine that's been also pushing for marketing and sponsorships, again, like yourself, to make this thing bigger than a podcast, to make it much more supportive and much more supporting for other factors that we're going to get into another date. The Me vs. Me brand. So all the support goes a long way, and I appreciate all the help that we're getting. So thank you, everybody. You pains in the asses. So, anyway, yeah, it's fucking awesome. You're rocking the shirt today. I try to wear it, especially if we're doing video. I actually forgot we were fucking doing video already.
Surprise, surprise. I came prepared.
Yeah, she did. So that's fucking cool. I was really happy to see that. It's still a little weird for me.
It's always going to be weird, that first initial part of, this is actually becoming something more than you've ever, dreamed of. And especially, I'm happy to be that part of, your whole trio of getting it done, finding the dream. What do you like? What do you want? And let's just do it.
It's become a really big part of it. Yeah, and finding it really emphasizes on the dream and making it a visual and making it a real thing. And it's fucking crazy, And even you started off just by making some example shirts and making a sticker for my truck, which, by the way, has drawn in more attention than I could have fucking imagined.
Well, that's good.
So many fucking people have been like on a real level, they'll walk up to me and be like, "Hey, I love your fucking truck. I get it. It's Me vs. Me. That's cool as fuck." And I'm like, "It's a podcast." And they're like, "What?" And it's just the simplest thing,
Full blown mind blown.
Yeah, and people are just the brand in and of itself makes people sit there and think for 2 seconds, which is enough. That's all I need. And that interest is what's really going to drive this thing.
Absolutely.
So, I think I might have talked about what we were working on for November a little bit on Justin's last episode.
Mm-hmm.
But are you excited for that?
Oh, I'm stoked.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
That's going to be super fun. Justin is a vet, too.
Oh, there we go.
So, yeah, I'm super excited to roll that out, and hopefully that campaign goes the way I'm hoping. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Get ready, people.
I need numbers, so when you see stuff out there, you guys need to share it, please. Share it all. Like it, subscribe it, do it, click it, all the things.
Yep.
So.
Take it on a date.
Take it on a date. I wouldn't do... That's going to be a really emotional date, I think. You're just crying at dinner. That's all I see.
What? Nobody's crying.
Oh, well, I mean, maybe. This is a fucking touchy subject.
It can be.
Anyway. Let's get into a little bit of your story, because I really haven't known you for all that long. So this is going to be fun.
Probably less than a month.
Probably literally less than a month.
Yeah.
Which is even more bizarre considering how much shit you've done. And you won't let me fucking even talk about paying you. So that's cool.
Like I say, I make dreams come true.
Then you're going to bounce?
No.
It's going to be like, cool, he's on Joe Rogan, I'm out.
He's made it.
Bye.
My work here is done.
Bye, ho. Hire someone your own size.
Seriously. Speaking of size.
Oh, shit. So, have you how long have you lived here?
I have lived here since I was 5, so I can't count or math right now. But a while, so 17 years.
Mm-hmm. Where'd you live before, or where are you from?
Palm Springs, California.
I was going to say. I was like, is that Florida?
Nope. So I was born in Palm Springs, and then I moved, and then I was kind of raised in that area for a couple years, and then moved to Anaheim. And I'm not talking Disneyland type Anaheim. It was Ghettoville, Florida, Anaheim. And then we got out of there and moved to Cave Creek. Arizona, and then lived there for a year, and then we are currently stationary. So
And
been
now,
nice.
and now you're in Anthem.
I am in Anthem. I full-time RV though as well, so it's a little bit of both.
That's fucking something that's super cool and something that I think a lot of people have started exploring more of.
Oh yeah,
And
100%.
I've definitely wanted to do it too, but
You know, the full-time RVing life is a full-blown lifestyle. You have to be prepared to drop all of your stuff. You have to be prepared to drop a good amount of money on the truck that you want to pull your trailer with,
Yeah.
or even be ready to look at your cabinetry in your trailer and be like, I can fit this in there, I can't fit that.
it's definitely like a huge investment, like mentally and financially.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Even physically. I mean, setting up, tearing down, setting up, tearing down.
Oh, I got to be honest. That's like the one thing I didn't think about, and that annoys me. Just like thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know if I fucking want to do that. I'll do it tomorrow.
Yep, it's a full-blown process. I mean, you got to dump once a week. Even so when you're at RV parks, you don't want to stay hooked up completely.
Mhm.
You don't. And the reason being is cuz your shit stinks. So you never want to leave your tanks open. So in that scenario and in that idea, and that, you're there for a week and a half, you still have to dump. You still have to take the time, dump your stuff and everything. The only plus about living in an RV resort, electricity and water.
Yeah. I had a camper for like a little over a year, I think. And for one, it was the greatest fucking thing I've ever had in my life. I'll never go back. I say that now, but I have a tent. I don't want to ever go back to tent camping. Glamping was fucking amazing. Having especially water and power was another great experience. I'm glad. See, this is kind of pertinent info, because if I would have ever committed to staying at an RV park, then I would have been like, why does it stink around my camper?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I would have not figured it out until someone was like, hey, dude, you're being an asshole. Your shit stinks.
Yep. Your shit stinks.
So
You don't want to be that neighbor.
no, I'd never wanted to, but with my luck, it would happen, and nobody would tell me why.
Oh, exactly. And
People-
RV parks are judgy.
People just wouldn't talk to me. I'd be like, well, why?
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
No, they are so judgy. Everybody's got their little class. Everybody's got their little area. If you're younger, they're like, who the hell are you? Get the hell out. It's all older crowd.
Really?
Oh, 100%. They look at you like, okay.
That's fucking annoying.
And, we roll in there. We roll in there hot.
Yeah.
We're coming in. We got all of our stuff. We set up, tear down. Within 3 hours, we're ready. So they're surprised, as well as like, why are you here? This is my home. I've been here for 10 years. And that's usually how it is.
Fucking crotchety old people.
Oh, 100%.
Ugh, that's so disheartening.
And then you find the good ones that are like the hippies, and then they invite you in, and you're like, okay, you're my best friend now.
Right. I need a golf cart so I can get to you.
100%. Yep. I've been across the park, and I've been like, you know what? I guess I'm just going to mosey my way over.
Yeah, it's about that time again.
Yep.
So that's super cool. So, if you've been here this long, you went to school out here.
I did. I actually am a high school dropout. So I went to school. I went to high school here for 3 years, max. And then I dropped out of high school, got my GED, called it good, and went on.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, absolutely not. I had the whole no kid left behind thing was a straight up lie. They left me behind. No matter how hard I tried to get help, to learn, to do this or that, they weren't ready for it. They said, nope. We're not going to help you, and no matter how hard you fight or yell at us, or your parents will fight for you. Doesn't matter.
Were you reborn?
2000, so I would have graduated in 18.
Okay.
I graduated in 17.
I was trying to dance my way around that question, and it didn't work.
Nope, 2000, what year it is.
Damn. Okay.
There you go.
Son of a bitch. So that's a whole different era. You said no kid left behind, and I remember those protests and all that shit at the meetings and everything like that. And I was like, fuck, if I remember it so vividly, I must have been older.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I was not one of those kids. They did not give a fuck. They were like, he's on Ritalin, and he can go.
He can go.
He can just, you go on, little buddy, and you live in the world.
Go on now. Yeah. Yeah.
Get on now, kid. You'll learn the rest.
Yep.
So, anyway.
Speaking of Ritalin, I was on Concerta.
Is that similar?
Yep.
Okay.
Very similar. It's same same class of drug, just different effects that they do. But
That's right. You've kind of expressed a little that you're going through some curvatures of trying to figure out some things going on with you.
oh yeah, just diagnosed with bipolar. That's been a great thing. Never knew that my whole life.
You're like, wow,
Wow.
son of a bitch. Somebody had to tell me that.
Yeah. My grandma, I talked to her about it. She says, "Oh yeah, you got that from me," and I was like, "Oh, thanks."
Do you really fully believe that?
I hear mental health is based off of your environment. I mean, in theory, yeah, it's possible.
Right.
So, she was in my environment at the time.
But do you? I mean, the way I see bipolar, and it's probably not clinically correct, is fucking pretty drastic.
Oh, absolutely. So, like, with my bipolar, my bipolar and my grandma's bipolar are totally different. My grandma, she's like super high highs for 2 days, and then she's dropped down low to complete depression, suicidal for weeks at a time.
Oh shit. Okay.
So
It's not what I had in mind.
it can go high and lows very quickly.
Right.
And that's just your emotions, and that's how that runs. So, like, with mine, mine runs within an hour time span. So I can be really up there for a good hour or two, and then, or I can be dropped down into the lows where I'm like, fuck my life, everything sucks, I feel this way, I feel that way, and then the next hour I'm totally fine.
Well, that was kind of leading into my next question. Was even I haven't known you for very long, but I don't feel like I've seen any real examples. But most of the time we're communicating through text, so that doesn't help either.
No, that does not
'cause
express.
That just means I don't know shit about fuck. So
Oh. Fuck shit, right?
fuck shit. I don't know anything. But wow, that's
It's an interesting one for sure. I mean, it's easy. I wouldn't say I'm medicated, so it's nice.
yeah.
We've gone through trials of medication and been like, here you go. Now you're doing all this.
Those I don't want to use the word symptoms, but those things that you refer to, the swings that you refer to, don't. I mean, when you explain it in that way, they don't really feel that abnormal.
Correct. It isn't super abnormal for people to have these high highs and low lows, especially in a day period.
Okay. Great. Maybe I'm bipolar.
You know what? It's more than you think. More people are than we ever known, to be honest with you. And I'm come to like realize it, and I'm like, are you bipolar?
Right.
You might be.
Tell me how depressed you are. No, don't tell people that.
Yeah, I'm like, what do you think about at night?
Right. God damn it.
Because I know what I think about.
I think the face of the clinical trials that have been exposed in the last 10 years and the face of mental health that's been promoted over the last, 10 years has been really, really strong. And in my eyes, almost a little scary. I'm kind of on the half and half thing. Like I said, growing up, when I was young, that concern was not really the biggest thing. It just wasn't the topic of conversation, at least not to this strength. So the way it's been emphasized on in the past years recently has been almost a little intimidating, and without having like full-blown proof, I'm a little skeptical.
You ever see that meme of the van that says free candy on it?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll put on their free mental health, and everybody's running to it because that's how big it is now. Mental health care and all of that.
Okay. So I'm kind of glad you said that because I feel a little bit less like an asshole now.
No, seriously. So like basically like the free candy van says free mental health care, and it's because it is really, in reality, it is so bluntly exposed to everything now that, hey, surprise, you have this problem, you have that problem, autism awareness, Asperger's, being on the spectrum, being diagnosed with Down syndrome or anything like that. They're all so widely acceptable now, and it's not just categorized into one thing.
And just so we're clear, I'm not downplaying any of these things by any means, but I'm going to be a piece of shit here, and I'm going to say that when I feel like people use things as an excuse for their actions or for their means, and you can kind of see it, that's kind of where I start like, are you really though?
Yeah.
Like, are you in that much pain, or are you really actually mentally disabled? Is this really acceptable, or are you just using it as an excuse? And I'm really fucking on a fine line right now, and I don't mean to be, but that's how I feel about it.
No, I mean, it's an understandable statement. There is people out there that are, you know, using it to abuse it. So it's there. I mean, people, it is out there. It is real. It is a thing. Like with me and myself, I'm on the spectrum technically,
Yeah, I mean,
but now apparently 90% of the world is on a spectrum.
right, and that's what I'm like,
And
fuck, like this is a hard place to be. Do I like believe it, or I don't know.
yeah, and I've been the early 2000s type diagnosis. I've had the spectrum. I've been in the spectrum for a long time.
So now, one of these days, hopefully you'll meet Sheldon, my IT guy. He comes on every Friday, or he's here every Friday. He has been diagnosed with pretty severe ADHD. If you talk to him, you know that he has different ways of thinking about things uniquely, and he's fucking super intelligent. So in that kind of sense, you're like, okay, I get it, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you can kind of understand, but well, I mean, like you said, just it's amazing to me how many people grip onto wanting to have something wrong just to have a solution or have an answer, whatever the case may be.
Yeah. I mean, they've also almost said that ADHD is on the spectrum. So you're the spectrum of autism.
We've talked about that.
And
yeah.
I highly doubt and I do not believe in that personally. And the reason being is because there's so many other factors that put you into the word autism spectrum. And when I say that, there's other symptoms that happen in your life and other things that trigger you and bother you and are considered symptoms and diseases that contribute into the one whole thing of autism spectrum. So just having ADHD, I don't believe in it. That classifies it. And that's just because I have multiple things and I've seen it. I've struggled through it. And I know it.
Yeah. When the conviction and the facts are right in front of you, you really have no choice but to be like, that's fucking it.
Yeah.
That's fucking undeniable right there.
Well, so I went to my psychiatrist and he was saying to me, he's like, hey, do these sound like you? And I was like, oh, well, shit, if you put it that way, of course it does.
Son of a bitch, you nailed it.
Yeah. And it made me think of how many other people have just nailed it as well because they're having a shitty week and have been diagnosed this way. But I've also thought to myself, I was like, I've gone through all those same exact emotions so quickly and so aggressively that, I mean, am I considered other things? Am I considered this? Am I considered that? Am I really considered autism spectrum? I don't know. But I know that I am symptomatic of all these things and these things bother me and they get my gears going, but this is on a regular. But if you ask an average person if these things bother them, and they'll say, yeah. Are they spectrum or are they just having a shitty week?
Man, you are... this one might ruffle some feathers.
Well...
It might. You bring up some fucking pretty valid points, and I feel like when I really truly sit down and think about all the reasons that we have to be acting the way we are or to be feeling the way we are, you can contribute a lot of different things to what you may be feeling and why. I mean, I always lean pretty hard on what social media did to society as a whole. The way that it disconnected you and then connected you in a weird fucking way where everything's just words and everything's just pictures and everything looks perfect except for your life.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we took 3 pictures to get our one picture for the thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an image thing, 100%. I believe, like, I gotta look good to feel good.
Yep.
And that's what it takes.
And I can't help but lean on that pretty hard and you know, consider what that does to a person's mental state.
What fucks you up?
It's such a weird concept to be surrounded by so many people on your phone, but while you're alone.
You know, you are right. So I have over 1,000 followers on Instagram, and I think I only regularly talk to 3 people.
Yeah.
On a regular, and I am fully serious. On a regular basis, I only talk to 3 people. And the only time that there's presence on my Instagram is obviously when I post a great photo. And I'm like, yeah, look at this photo. But other than that, I mean, there's no imagery, there's no connection, there's no socialization with these people. They don't comment on my stuff. They just like it.
Right.
And that's it. And I'm not the type of person to check the likes. I don't do any of that. But I do post it to be like, this is what's going on in my life.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sitting here telling you, by the way, that I'm not one of these motherfuckers either.
You do you.
Well, I'm just making sure I keep myself in check too, because this. I mean, we're on a firm example of what's exactly happening.
Oh, correct.
But,
100%.
Yeah, I'm just a big proponent of real interpersonal connection, and we're losing out on a lot of that.
Oh yeah, I'm a caller, not a texter.
Yeah.
100%. My work gets so pissed off at me, and I'm like, hey, it's Jessica. How are you doing? I have this going on, and
I just wanted to hear your human voices.
yeah, I'm like, I don't want to Slack you.
Right.
I just want to text you. I don't want to text you. I don't want to Slack you. I literally want to call you and be like, why do you keep doing this?
So that's another thing that I think kind of gets put on the wayside, especially these days. It definitely gets overlooked more now because it's so normal. But it's a big problem for me. I don't like it at all. I love human connection, and it sounds like a really stupid excuse for not wanting to be a homebody, but I like being around people.
Oh, I mean, I feel the same exact way. I mean, I finish my work every day, and I'm like, what am I going to do?
Right. Now I got to do something, because if I sit here for another fucking 5 hours, I'm just going to get depressed again.
Absolutely. And I work from home, too. And I mean, it's just,
it's.
what am I going to do today?
I think for any normal person to deny themselves of wanting human connection, I think that's terrible. It's a bad thing, you know. You deserve human connection, and that's one of the big things that I wanted to promote in doing all of this was, you know, have a real firm belief that human connection and human sensitivity is a thing, and the amount of times that it gets denied in day-to-day life is it's a fallacy, and I don't like it.
Go out and ask your neighbor to hug them with consent.
My neighbors are fucking awesome. This guy brings me donuts when he has extras.
Look at him go.
I've never actually had a conversation with him, but I'm like that. I felt like an asshole. He brought me donuts, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I don't have any money." And he was like, "No, I bought too many," and I was like, "Oh,
how do you buy too many donuts? Can I be
you.
eating those?"
Yeah, so that's a good fucking point though. We're so not used to true, genuine human connection at this point that you just assume that somebody who's talking to you wants something from you.
Speaking of that, so my neighbor brought us homemade yogurt. I was like, okay, This is great. You made yogurt. I don't know how you did it. There's some magic over here, but you brought them back, and she brought them to us in glass jars, mason jars. The little guys, not even the big guys. She didn't skip out. She
like
paid
little
the extra.
ramekin-looking yogurts.
Yeah, she paid the extra for those little guys. Not even the $3 for the big ones. And she put them in these nice little jars, and then she brought them in a basket. Okay, a basket. And I was like, this lady. I'm like, this is nice. This is nice having good neighbors. And speaking of neighbors, I live in a cul-de-sac.
Yeah,
that is a gift. To live in a cul-de-sac is a gift. You get to know all your neighbors.
Yeah, that's great.
You either like them or you hate them. And we hate one, but we know the one neighbor that's right next to us and the two neighbors next to us, and we love them. And then we have two houses for sale. But we're waiting for who's coming in. But having neighbors is great. I mean, to have that sense of community, if we need it, they're there. And every 4th of July, it's an unwritten rule. My dad buys hundreds of dollars worth of fireworks for no reason. Our neighbor boy, he is autistic, so we let him light off fireworks, and we just get the little fountains for him, and he has the greatest time, and his whole family comes out. The other little boy comes out, and our families get together. And that's the only time we really hang out as a block, like having a block party, but we're there. We're having human connection. We're doing things.
That's so inspiring.
Every single time.
That is so inspiring. Like this whole conversation literally makes me want to fucking be more. I'm upset that I haven't. I've lived here for almost 4 years now.
Go bake some cookies.
Yeah. Well, I'm just next time there's a fucking. What's the next holiday? Do we even know?
Veterans Day.
Oh shit. What's the next holiday
Speaking
after
of
that?
Veterans Day, we're gonna have a big drop on that.
That's where the campaign is, a month-long campaign. Keep on the lookout for that, folks.
Be ready.
Next time there's a big holiday, I'm literally going to go door knocking, and I'm going to smoke some shit. Food, people. Smoke some meat in the front of the house, and see if we can't get something going. With the fucking neighbors, with the people I live around.
Well, print out a flyer. Put it on the door and be like, hey, I'm your neighbor on this one. I'm not a pedophile.
Well, now I'm going to be a piece of shit, because I don't think half of them know English.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Barbecue.
All I got to do is
Unfortunately, I don't know Spanish. but that was
cerveza and meat. And they're going to be like, oh, okay.
Cerveza, pollo?
Fuck, I don't
Cerveza,
really,
so
I'm
beer
not-
and chicken?
I don't want to deal with chicken.
I don't know what the word for beef is.
That's fine. I'll figure it out. He can tell everybody. Him and I communicate.
Oh, you're good. You're
Yeah,
good.
we're
You
good.
can tell everybody. Just get him the flyer. I mean, Google Translate that. Put it on a flyer.
So, yeah.
Nobody can go wrong with
It's-
some smoked meat.
Super inspiring. Don't neglect yourself of human connection, and take it how you will. Find your way and do your thing. You know, it's really so negative that we just sit and stare at these little supercomputers, no matter how fucking useful they are. And actually, one thing I was gonna say is to call myself out again. This video that we're recording is on my cell phone because I've given up dicking with the speed bump of the equipment for video for right now. So we're gonna deal with this, and I'm gonna get video out for everybody, all the listeners that I promised for so fucking long. It's on my phone. And having said that, I don't get to look at my phone now.
You know what? I just looked at my phone because I'm that piece of shit.
You're not. It's not. It's
But-
okay.
It is such an accomplishment to push you and to get video. And you are doing it, and you are comfortable. We're in it here, and we're doing it.
Yeah.
100%. We're
Yeah.
just doing it.
Yeah.
We're comfortable. We're both comfortable.
We're gonna.
We're
I'm
doing this.
I'm gonna push video. I'm gonna make it work. It's gonna start. It's like starting a whole new chapter because now I feel like I'm back at my fucking dining room table with a piece of shit microphone trying to figure out how to do a podcast. But instead now I'm with my phone's not really a piece of shit. But I'm with my phone trying to figure out how to fucking get video out because I'm tired of making stupid animations and I want this thing to go big. So,
Well, here we are. Two buds.
two buds just chilling.
Got some nice equipment here.
We've got some good ammo.
A little ammo. We're
So,
doing it. We're doing it. We're
So-
doing it. You got the podcast. We got
I-
this. We got merch. We got new drops. We got new podcasts. We have new equipment. I mean, it's a constant change.
So I was talking to Justin a little bit about. See, I was just looking for my phone.
Oh, where's my phone?
I was trying to figure out how long we were into this.
Thought you were looking at your watch.
I was
Oh,
trying to figure out the time, but the time's up there.
oh, I do have an analog watch. Or I guess I should say digital. It's a digital watch. It's not a smart watch.
Did you see it?
I did see
I
it.
put it on analog so I would fucking work.
Oh, yeah. No, mine's a digital watch. It's called Freestyle. It's got up to 100 meters of water. And I
Oh,
smack
shit.
this thing on everything, and it has a lifetime warranty.
Oh my God.
Your girl just replaced 2 watches for $16.
That's actually pretty fucking good.
You're telling me.
Oh, Justin and I yesterday were talking about having that fire and continuously pushing yourself into uncomfortable places to get where you need to be.
Absolutely. I think
And this is one of those things.
I was going to say, this is definitely one of those.
I was starting, I'm not going to lie to you, for like 2 weeks, I fucking got real discouraged. It's so shitty because I'm like 60 episodes in. It's pretty kind of fucking established at this point. And like for 2 weeks, I got fucking really discouraged. And I'm just like, fuck, I almost don't want to do it anymore because I can't figure this shit out. It's hard. I fucking work a lot and I got to deal with this shit. But I want more for this thing to be everything, less than I don't want it to. Does that make sense?
No, I understand and I totally get it. And that's why I said I totally believe in you. And
It's some
you got this. I
some-
believe in you.
It's a motherfucker, and I can't emphasize if something is driving you this fucking hard, don't give up. Do not give up. People don't fucking matter. Doesn't matter what people think, what they see. Don't fucking give up. This is my point. Let that fire drive you.
The fire has started.
Oh, the fire's. I hope it's relit. Let's hope this works.
It's raging.
Fuck.
It
It's only-
may be a forest fire.
It's only Thursday.
It is Thursday. This is my Friday, and
Oh, great.
we're chilling. We're chilling.
Oh, God.
Got ourselves a good old brewski, and we're here.
I'm glad you finally decided it was time.
Oh yes, I know. I know my busy ass schedule. I said to him today because I was like out of the blue. I was like, "Hey, you want to go do the podcast today?" And he's like, "Sure." And I'm like, "Perfect. I'm in. Let's do it. We're done."
It was crazy.
Showed up.
It was crazy because I worked out. Like I moved some shit around because of some early week cancellations, and Thursday just so happened to be when I needed to fill in. So
Surprise, surprise! It's your girl, Jessica.
So back to your story.
Potty break?
Do you need a potty break?
I do need a potty break.
All right, copy that. We'll be back.
We'll be back. Oh, jeez.
There we go. We're back. PB, I can't do English. Potty break's done.
Potty break is done.
See, it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more tame now.
It's tame.
Yeah,
Just
So-
like me.
I can. Yeah, right. I can adjust all that shit. There you go.
Well, that's good because I'm a
We'll turn.
untamed child.
We'll turn you up a little bit. Turn up on a Thursday. It's
Turning up on a Thursday on some twisted teas.
Thursday. Thirsty. What the fuck
Thirsty
happened?
Thursday
Like we come
is-
back and everybody's just shit faced. Nobody can talk.
Yeah, it's like what the hell happened to us?
It's like a really bad trip. You go to the club and everybody comes back from the bathroom just fucking shit housed. You're like, what happened?
Speaking of shit house,
Oh no.
no, I'm kidding. I won't go there.
Hmm.
Maybe next time.
We can. It is Thursday, and I did tell you that I hope money comes through earlier because I kind of want to fucking be retarded tonight.
We trying to go to the strip club?
Wow. Maybe, I guess.
You said you wanted to be you wanted to turn up. So
I'm not opposed. Okay. Anyway, we left off talking about some.
oh, my story. That's where we're heading to.
Yeah, that's where we're. And now we're
Let me
talking
just
about
steer to the right a little bit.
strip clubs. That went all the way to the left.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta go from the left to the right. You never heard of it called switch
Fuck.
lanes? We're switching lanes.
Great. Okay,
Yeah.
your story. So you said you went to school out here.
Yes.
Let's talk about your parents.
Ooh, love that.
Are they still together?
They are together, yeah.
Fuck yeah. They've
Been together for 23 years. If you can do the math, obviously I was there during their wedding.
kind of.
A little bit of a shotgun.
Yeah, a little different one there.
My parents are lovely. My mom is absolutely crazy, off the rails Carrie. We also call her Carrie's Karaoke.
Oh boy.
We love her.
Oh.
She's an icon, is how I should say it. And then there's Greg, which is my dad. He is.
You call him Greg?
I call him Dad, but sometimes I call him Greg just because. Greg.
Fucking Greg.
Fucking Greg.
Yeah.
We love Greg as well. Greg is a really good dad. He's a great sole provider of the family.
Hmm.
But he doesn't know how to be around children or know what to do with children.
So he's like a man's man.
He's a man's man.
Okay.
Old school skateboarder, the first ones of Santa Cruz, California.
That's fucking
Like,
kinda
this guy
cool.
is the OG. Like, his name is imprinted in the paperwork for the Santa Cruz skate park.
That took a left again because you were like man's man, knows how to work, does no he's a fucking man, you know, he just does the work, takes care of shit.
He's just got a past, you know?
Huh?
He's got a little bit of a past.
Yeah, but that's fucking cool though.
Yeah, dude.
Santa
OG.
Cruz skater.
Oh, yeah. Full-blown OG skater. Like, used to skate with Rob Roscoff. Like,
Holy shit.
he was that guy.
That's fucking cool.
And then he ate shit. And now he no longer skates.
Oh.
So his dreams are crushed. Unfortunately.
Are they though?
Yes. He can no longer do tricks, do cool things like that. And it's sad. It's hard to see it for him just because, like, I love him and I want him to enjoy his life. And Unfortunately for him, that's just not the case. He's not going to do that. He's going to work until he possibly has a heart attack. But
I fuck with that.
yeah. But my mom, on the other hand, she's ready to party. She is.
That's where you get it from.
Oh, me? What are you talking about? I go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Sure, dude.
I sure do.
8 o'clock in the morning.
Never. Maybe once in my life when I was 16.
How come? I'm curious now. Why did you decide dropping out was the best option? Not that there's no shade. Believe me, I didn't graduate either.
No shame in the game. I dropped out because a lot of people didn't like me.
Ooh.
Yeah, no, a lot of people did not like me, and there was no reasoning to it. In reality, it was just I was weirder than they were, and I was more outgoing, robust, did what I want to do, didn't care, would fight with the teachers. You know, I was like, I just did what I wanted to do, and that was who I was, and that's who I am as a person. And I dropped out because I said, you know what? I'm asking you for damn help, and if you're not going to help me, then I'm going to go. And I will learn it myself, and I did. Within 1 month, I got my GED. I took one test every week, and I got my GED.
It's fucking crazy that the way that turned, because yeah, I definitely I vibe with a lot of what just happened there. Not necessarily the attitude with it, because I did not.
I definitely have the tude.
But like, I went through all 4 years of high school. Like, they blamed it on learning disabilities and shit. They told me that I had learning disabilities, or I was slow, or something of that nature.
Yeah, you know, they told me that too. So I have a 504, and that's just because my eyesight, because your girl's blind as a bat.
What's 504?
504 is basically you're smart, but you just need a little help in certain areas. And so my certain area was just my eyesight. So I would get certain I would get certain things like enlarged so I could read it better.
Yeah.
But I tested too high for an IEP, and an IEP is for people who are on the spectrum or who do have the syndrome. And they get full help, and they have special classes, and they're able to learn at their own paces. So I tested too high for that. Even though I needed that extra help like that, they weren't willing to do so. I actually just like ditched my algebra class to go learn I ditched my geometry class to go learn algebra 1-2 in the IEP class, just because they were doing it a little bit slower, and they were more willing to try to teach me how to do it. So I was failing one class to learn another class.
No, I again, it's like you're speaking my story. With all that bullshit they used to tell me, you know, you have learning disabilities, things like that. They figured out halfway through my senior year, while I was already 12 credits behind, that maybe I just didn't learn the way that they were teaching.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, I know it's a fucking
such a real thing.
And so exactly what you just
described. You
just spoke up a little bit more. Maybe had the ability to speak up a little bit more than I did.
Oh, he's been an asshole.
Yeah. You described the whole thing. It's the same thing that should have happened with me, realistically, because I wasn't going to learn the way that they were teaching.
No.
That was just a fact, and they figured it out. Instead of feeding me medicine or putting me in special classes, they figured it out a little too late.
Yep, they never figured mine out. I told them to fuck off, basically.
Fuck off.
My mom also yelled at the teachers. She was like, what is your problem? Why can't you help her? She's willing to learn. She's willing to be there. So the long run of it, high school dropout, dropped out of school, didn't go to school every day, took my little longboard and skated away. I mean...
Little fucking rebel.
Oh, 100%. Asshole. 100%. Didn't care. I had this teacher, I wanted to become a cheerleader once.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have thrown your ass.
Exactly. I was like 100 pounds. Like, yeah. I would have wanted to be a cheerleader so bad. And the reason...
Yeet.
Yeet. So I wanted to become one so bad, and the teacher who was the cheerleading coach was also the science teacher.
Oof.
Well, she did not like me.
Great.
So I told her, I was like, I want to become a cheerleader. And she's like, you'll never become a cheerleader. And I was like, let me tell you something.
God, we're gonna bring memes into this.
We're going to go Mimi.
That was
Let me
good.
tell you something. My cousin is a national champion cheerleader,
Oh my god.
as well as coach for the whole United States. And I'm like, she was going to train me, buddy. So your team would have been halfway decent.
Yeah,
and
you-
she told
you
me
just
no.
Fucked up, bud.
You just took a turn for the worst, and your bunch of shit's about to get rocked.
Wow.
Well, I went to one of my cousin's tournaments. Well, her team is called an expedition team, meaning they cannot be judged because they're better than the whole team. They're just there to show the girls how to do it. Well, I was like, look, it's my cousin over there. She's the coach.
Oh my.
You see that team over there that can be judged?
Holy shit.
So that was my experience with her, and I failed that class. Yelled at her, never came back. I had another experience where I was in drama class, because obviously I'm a dramatic bitch, and I like the arts. And I was in class, and my mom called me, and I answered it. I said, hey, how are you doing? She's like, I just lost my job.
Oh.
And she was in tears, and I was like, oh, shit, okay. Well, let me go take this. I said, give me a second. I'll call you back. And I said, hey, I need to go take this. And she says, no, you're not going to. And I said, the fuck I am. And she's like, no, if you don't come back. She's like, if you take this call, don't come back. And I said, good, I won't come back. I never came back. I took that call and helped my mom and, took my life situation and did what I needed to do.
Fucking solves that.
Absolutely. So this is why I dropped out of high school. There was teacher issues. There was student issues. There was learning issues. I mean, you name it, it happened. And that's all right. Because here I am now. I'm a successful adult.
Mm-hmm.
And having a GED hasn't inhibited me from doing anything or getting any job that I wanted.
No. Absolutely not.
And it's definitely worth going back and getting it, to be perfectly honest, to feel that success and to feel that achievement that you did that was well worth it.
Maybe someday I will.
My whole thing was I'm going to graduate before my sister because we're a year and a half apart. So I was like, I'm going to get this GED. I'm going to get it right now.
I gotta beat her.
I got to beat her before she gets it. I don't want to be left behind. So I wasn't left behind. I did get it. And we were real close because we were like a month apart. But still, I did get it. I feel confident of it. I do feel confident that I did get my GED. I have plenty of friends who don't. And that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's definitely, if you're willing to do it, it's well worth it because it's not hard. It really isn't. It's just time consuming and testing, retesting, practice tests, studying, online quizzes. That's really all it is. So everything's basically handed to you, luckily, because all the answers are on the test.
Well, now everything's online.
Exactly. Let me tell you, I might be a pharmaceutical rep.
So dropping out junior year, right?
Technically, yes.
Did you have like any path in mind or anything like that?
Absolutely zero.
Okay.
I said, drop out, go to work, do whatever you want.
Fair enough. I was just kind of curious because when I dropped out or when I stopped, yeah, it's empty too.
Oh, here, give me a little cheersy.
That's super unfortunate. You can't cheers.
Yeah, you gotta do the little empty.
You gotta milk it. Oh,
you go.
I'm sorry. You
You give you a little squeeze.
gotta let them know.
We just finished that.
When I dropped
Always.
out, I had no fucking idea. I just knew that I was just gonna go to work.
See,
I guess I'll just go get a job. It's time to go.
that's how it was for me. I worked at a cute little bagel shop, and they paid me good for working in technically fast food, but also not.
Mm-hmm.
They paid me really good.
Speaking of bagel shops, this is completely off topic, but I do have to bring it up. I went to Chompy's with my family last weekend.
I'm a little Jewish chompy girl.
Huh?
Jewish chompy girl.
No. Who?
Me. Chompies is like the ultimate Jew fantasy.
Do you know what they are now?
No.
Like back in my day, I'm pretty sure that was just like a little fucking bagel place.
Oh yeah, they're big.
It's up. They got a bar now. I was like,
well, I didn't know that.
what kind of fucking place? This is ridiculous. They got a whole dessert bar. There's a wine section. I was like, what is happening right now? Dear Lord, I was confused.
Well, welcome to Chompies.
And
But
it
yeah,
was pretty good. It was good breakfast.
it's really good.
Yeah.
My dad used to take us to Chompies every Sunday, so we call it Daddy Day.
Jewish chompy girl.
They call me a Jap, a Jewish American princess.
What the fuck?
Love that.
Oh my god.
Because I was the firstborn Jew gal.
Uh-huh.
in the family, so I'm a little Jap, and I was a little brat initially, and then my sister came along, but that's fine. But originally it's
Just
me.
teetering on all the fine lines when you say that.
No, I mean it's who I am. It's who I grew up as. That's how it happened. But yes, so Chompies was like the staple. My dad, we call him the bagel boy
Oh God,
because he always makes bagels, and we love that. And
I do like bagels.
he is the bagel boy. And so with that being said, he always makes his bagels every Sunday morning. And he's like, "You want a bagel?" And that's like our dad thing, you know? So we'd go to Chompies back in Palm Springs. And we go to this Chompies restaurant. And every time my sister and I would go there with my dad, they would give us little plastic rings. And it was like a staple. We'd go to Chompies, get little rings. And I don't know if it was just this Chompies because we've gone so much.
Mhm.
And we looked like little twins. Because, you know, your girl's short. Or it was just the way it was. But we got little rings. And that is my fondest memory of Chompies and going every Sunday with my dad, getting the little plastic rings. And my sister would be like, "Oh, look at our little rings." And that was Chompies for us. I don't remember the food. Nothing. But
Plastic
Chompies
rings.
little rings.
Hmm.
It was the best.
Fair enough. It's a good memory.
It's a good memory.
Yeah. So it's. I was just thrown the fuck off by what Chompies is now.
I have not been at least 15 years.
I don't know if you should go there. No, it's just it was a whole world apart.
I know they have like a birthday cake.
It's what? Why? They have many birthday cakes.
Yeah, I know they have like a Chompies birthday cake
Like
thing.
half the restaurant was literally a giant dessert buffet that you could choose. I was like, what is my
It's probably why my dad liked it.
my son was like, and my sister decided to tell him, if you finish all your breakfast while we're over there eating, you can have whatever dessert you want. I'm like, what the fuck are you
I
doing?
mean, that's a reasonable answer right there.
That boy, I've never seen him finish breakfast faster.
Damn right. He was ready.
He had a whole, like the whole fucking plate was a giant Mickey Mouse pancake. Giant.
Sign me up right
That
now.
motherfucker, I got through half of my bagel, which was my side, and he was done. I'm like, did you taste it, dude?
I have a problem with whipped cream. Did it have whipped cream on it?
I don't know. I didn't see it long enough.
Oh. Oop. Oop.
She gone.
No, she won't. No. Brian and I went to, oh gosh, was it Black Bear? And I was like, I need extra whipped cream. I'm also going to order off the kids menu.
Black Bear is super good.
Dude, it was delicious.
Yeah, Black Bear is super good.
I got the kids menu pancakes with
Oh.
like strawberries. And I was like, you better give me some extra whipped cream on this shit right now.
I want breakfast.
I mean, we can go to Denny's after this.
Oof.
Ooh.
Sounds so good.
But yeah, true fact. Chompies is Chompies. It'll always be Chompies. No matter which Chompies way we chomp it up.
That's too much.
So yes, dropped out of high school, lived my life, went to work. Here I am now, a slightly successful adult. Yeah. What else you got?
I mean, I was just actually thinking to myself, since you were born in 2000,
I was, yeah.
so your story is relatively new.
Technically, yes.
Technically speaking, I'm not being
No, it's all right.
yeah,
You're good. You're good. You're good.
disrespectful. I'm just relatively speaking, your story is technically kind of new, so we're all caught up, I think.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I can definitely get into depth.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's little things here and there, but you seem like, I feel like the person that I talk to is the person that you were in high school.
Oh my god, no.
Bingo.
No.
There she is.
What?
It's not a bad thing.
No, I'm a nice person and a good person either way we look at it. What?
Oh, God, I forgot we're on camera now. That's not good. They're going to see all my faces.
Yeah, your expressions of me saying I'm a good person.
Yeah. No, I'm kidding. It's not that bad. You're a great person.
Like, who am I?
You've been one of the more supportive and charitable towards this, so I have no shit talking to be said.
Who am I, Sage? Tell me who I am.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Nope.
We're here now.
Yep. I am thankful for your presence.
Oh, that's good.
I am.
So, what holiday are you most excited for?
I'm not. Halloween.
Oh, yeah, Halloween's a good one. What are you
Yeah.
going to be?
I don't know. I just want to make sure that I decorate this year. I've let myself down the last like 5 years.
You better decorate. You can pull the old car out too, and
I have so one of the old houses that I used to live at, I used to do haunted scenes for all the kids.
oh,
Yeah, I'd make like a whole ass haunted scene. I'd dedicate the whole fucking house to it.
oh
And,
wow.
You know, I'd make it look like. I think one of them was like the old truck that I had was like halfway up on the curb, looked like it hit somebody. There was blood splatter up the driveway.
You are like all into it.
Oh, I love it. Halloween's my favorite.
Get into it.
I was laying under my garage with my garage sitting on me, looked like a body,
Yeah.
and like I pulled the whole front window out of next to the front door,
Oh,
and I had the fan blowing on it, so the fucking curtains were all flying out. It was creepy. There was a body sitting next to the front door. The kids had to go all the way through all this shit to get to the candy. I love scaring kids.
you are a professional.
I love this shit, and it's my favorite. And they'd come up, they'd look at me under the garage door, and they'd be like, they'd kick me and shit. Is he alive? Is he alive? And I like flinch at them. You know, they shit themselves.
They shit themselves. Yeah, I
Oh.
love that.
I had like creepy sounds playing in the background. Oh, it's my favorite.
Oh man, you were like the full Halloween dad.
Yeah.
We love that.
Yeah. I got to experience. Did you saw Fear Farm? Yeah.
I did go one time. I am very hard to scare, so I'm easily disappointed.
It's all right. It's all right.
But I enjoyed the theatrics
Yeah.
as well as the time and effort that was put into it.
I got to volunteer there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that was probably honestly one of the best experiences of my life.
Love
was
that.
was getting to work there. I didn't get paid. I just wanted to.
It's just fun.
My friend called me one night and she was like, "Hey, we're missing a couple of people to do some scenes in the Trail of Terror. Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll go."
Oh my god, they'd be tripping on my small ass.
It was yeah, you could definitely pop out of the cornfield and make people shit themselves.
Yeah, dude, you ever grab an ankle when somebody's walking?
Physical contact was not allowed back in those days.
Okay, well,
But
you ever grab somebody's ankle while they're walking, hide under the bed? Yeah, used to do that as a kid. Oh yeah, just give it the old yank.
no,
Scares them.
that's enough of that.
Yeah, I used to scare the shit out of all my friends, and mainly just because I'm very quiet when I need to be.
Stealthy.
Very. Otherwise, I'll talk your ear off. But I used to hide behind walls and stuff, or corners or doors, or just in plain sight. I found out plain sight is a real thing, and you can just stand there. If somebody walks by something every single day, and then you go stand in that same exact spot, they're not going to notice you.
No. Your brain is trained.
Your brain is completely trained. So I've stood in my hallway and just waited, and all of a sudden go, wow, scare the shit out of them. And I mean, man, do I love doing it. And it's because it's so hard for people to scare me. I also don't react as well. I'm also like, oh, hello. How are you doing today? So it's very interesting for me to see people's reactions.
Yeah. You being smaller would definitely fucking raise some eyebrows.
Yes.
So, well, now you got me fucking really looking forward to Halloween. I got a lot of shit to do. I got to talk to the neighbors. I got to start decorating for Halloween, get my scare scene on. I got a lot of shit to do now.
Running out of time.
It's a good thing we're only halfway through September. Not even halfway through. It's a third.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, boy.
is there anything you want to plug before we close this thing out?
I don't know. You got anything?
You can plug yourself. Plug your Insta if you want.
Oh, yeah. You know, my Instagram is Jessica Minnie Martin. JESSICA MINI That is my Instagram. I do shirts and I travel a lot, so welcome to my life.
Yeah. You can definitely check out some of her really cool photos. She has posted some real cool stuff from airports abroad. And again, she designs all of our shirts and our logos, stickers, hats, blah, blah, blah. That's the Me vs. Me merch on Etsy, which, by the way, is not searching well. So what I'm going to suggest is you go to the TikTok and you find the link in the bio.
Oh, yeah. Go to the link, people. Go to the link.
That'll take you right there. There's also a link for the link tree, which will take you anywhere you want to go that has any regards to the Me vs. Me podcast, including the merch. So go ahead and check that out. And as always, if you're listening on Spotify, please subscribe for your notifications. We drop twice twice a week. What the fuck just happened? Turned into Tweety Bird.
Today, Junior.
We drop twice a week, Monday and Friday, and there's gonna be some pretty cool subscription regarding stuff coming soon. So keep your eye out for that, and hopefully you'll be watching us on Spotify right here. So,
Oh yeah, watch us on Spotify. Get ready for new merch. I mean, new things coming every single month right now.
like, click, and follow all the things. We love you.
That we do.